Hi everyone, it's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art, and today we're going to play with some flowers from the garden, some weeds, these little purple ones, and some fennel fronds. So I just rewatched Quirky Queen's Journal, or Kirsten's video, where she did some eco printing with the bouquet of flowers she got. And she got some really super results, and I've been wanting to try this. Today is a really, really beautiful day here. And so I went out in the back of the house and strolled around and picked some stuff up that I thought we could put on the plate and make some cool. So I'm going to be using the Liquitex Basics acrylic in Mars Black throughout the video as a pickup, as a base color. And Kirsten, over on her video, she used a couple of different colors. I'm going to stick with the black because I'm just learning, and I like the way the black looks too. So I just laid out a fairly, decent but not too thin layer of the paint. And then I'm just placing some leaves and stuff I found in the yard. And if anybody knows the name of this particular one, please let me know in the comments. I can't seem to find out what it's called. But you'll see coming up, it leaves some really, really good impressions and details behind. And I was remembering what Kirsten said about composition and trying to get some going one way and some another way and just give it a little more movement than just throwing stuff on there or just putting them all straight up and down. I don't think I'm as good as her, but yeah, I gave it a shot. I think these prints turned out pretty cool. And I'm just using a plain tissue here, but as you can see, I'm pressing firmly, especially around the weeds and flowers, because you really got to get in there in between all the leaves and the little bits and pieces. So when I picked up the tissue, there was still a little bit left down there, so I just went back over it one more time. Now, I noticed that after pressing the tissue down onto the flowers to get the black paint up, some of the natural liquids from the plants got onto the plate. So when I pull the final print, you'll see there's like a little white splotch, and there's other stuff further down in the video. But I think that's just to that's the liquid from the plants doing that. Now you see the details that leaf left. And this is the light olive green in the Liquitex Basic. That's a really nice color. It's not too bright, but it's bright enough. And again, just spraying enough to get a nice pull, but you don't want to put too much, because then you'll have to leave this down like overnight. And I'm impatient. I don't know about you, but I wanted to get this done. Here I'm just using a Hammermill photo paper. It's a copy paper, but it's got the little more sheen to it, and it's a little heavier. And here, I wasn't brayering for too long. I probably maybe like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And you see a little white spot there. That's what I was talking about earlier. But that's a pretty nice print, I think. Okay, that's great. Now, here in the still shots, you'll be able to see better the details. And you can certainly pause the video and look at the picture a little longer. But I try to do some close-ups of certain parts so you could see the close-up detail. A lot of fun. And that looks like a hairy violet hiding out in the corner. If you know, you know. Again, I'm just still using the Liquitex black. I'll use it, throughout the video. Again, I'm just going to place the flowers in a different combination, and then give it a good firm push into the gel plate to get those nice crisp designs, and this little intricate little things that happen. Those are some really big dandelions, by the way. This stem was like at least a foot long. But yeah, all this stuff grows in my yard. I get a lot of fennel. I even have mint. I didn't take up mint today because I wasn't sure about the oils going on the plate. But I'll try it and see what happens. I also have lemon balm too. That leaf, I don't think would really give too much of a good detail. And at this point, I'm taking a little too long arranging the flowers and all that nonsense, and realizing my paint's starting to dry. So when I pick this up, it's going to have areas that were just too dry, or it was just, basically too dry. And when I pull the final print, it's going to look a little weird. Or not the final print, when I pull the flowers off, it's going to look a little strange. But once I put the pickup layer down, it turned out pretty good. See, it looks like there's not a lot there, especially towards the top. It could be also because it was very bright today. But I'll flip it over so you can see. There's a lot of detail there, especially from the dandelion flower and the fennel. And to pick it up, I'm using this new Tim Holtz paint. It's an olive green. Yeah, me and olive, I don't know. I love it. This is a high flow acrylic paint. That's why I didn't use a lot. It spreads really easily, but it dries very fast. But it does pick up really well. And then you'll notice it's going to start crazing. You can see it there. But it leaves some really cool effects behind. Wait till you see this one. This is one of my favorites. This is all kinds of great texture and little details. And you'll see some cool close-ups I did of it in the here in the stills. So this is the full print. And I get a look closer, and you can see the crazing really well. And here the crazing is great. Isn't that beautiful? The flower there, you can see it perfectly. The leaves underneath that grow from under where the yellow petals grow out of. This time I realized what I did before, so I'll be a little quicker with the flowers. Okay, let's pick it up, smoosh it down. And I definitely didn't do as many prints as Kirsten did. She did a lot. I just didn't, unfortunately, I didn't have the time. But next time, I certainly will. Here's a neat trick. If you put all the stems close by, you can just pick it all up at once. And this one too here towards the top, it was a little, I was kind of disappointed. I didn't get as much detail as I wanted. But I think once I put the paint on and pick it up, you can see a little bit more. And this is the permanent light blue from the Liquitex Basics line. See, it's not much paint. You don't need much. Enough. Because you're going paper to paint, so you don't need so much paint to grab. Now, see, I like it better with the paint. You see, it gives it more, it pulls up more details. Yeah, and this one, the closer you look, the better it gets. It has just great little details. This one, I'm not sure about. You tell me if you like it or not. It's not probably not my favorite of the five I did, but you know, it might come in handy sometime in October. Let's just say. Here I just had two clumps and just went for it and chucked them down on the plate. And put the special little purple flower right at the top. That little purple flower, they grow all over the yard. And this is the same tissue I started with. Didn't need more than one. And most of these prints didn't take too long to cure, so I could pick them up. Now this one I like, see this part here, I think it's the color I chose that I'm not happy with, but it's not a terrible print. This is red-orange. It's a semi-transparent paint. It doesn't look like a lot, but there's plenty on there. And if you're wondering what I'm using here on the plate to burnish the print, I am using what's called a Baron, and this particular one is a wooden Baron made out of large leaf maple, and it was made by a gentleman named Anthony Cody, who is a woodcraft artist, and he has a shop on Etsy where he sells these Barons and other stuff. And you can find him on Etsy at Cody Crafts. Just look at Cody Woodcrafts, excuse me. You can find him there. And he has wonderful, wonderful things and pretty reasonable too. You see, I mean, I like it looking at it now, but it definitely leans towards Halloween-y. But if you look close, there's a little creature in there somewhere. That's what I love about these is just looking on all the different little areas of the print and seeing, a figure or a creature or something. And again, I'm just trying to lay it down so it's got, some interest, and I'm featuring a lot of the different, textures and outlines of the weeds. Now, Kirsten and I know each other from the Facebook group run by PM Artist Studio called Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. So I would encourage you to go over there and check us out. You answer a couple of questions, and based on your answers, they'll let you in or they won't. But more likely than not they'll let you in. So you know, but it's a family-run business. They sell stencils and they make stencils and sell them, and also foam stamps and other stuff. So check out their Facebook page, their Facebook group. We do a lot of great stuff on there. It's a lot of fun. And this I picked up with the new Pebeo paint that I picked up the other day when I went to the art store. It's iridescent yellow green. Now this one I did let sit for about 5 minutes before I pulled it. But this one turned out pretty cool too. There's so much going on in there. It's awesome. So that's the final print, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And let me know in the comments what you thought, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.